Hello, my name is Adam Pitt, and I serve as a senior English learner specialist for the Indiana Department of Education. In this continuation of our Intelligrants video series, we will be answering the question, what are the different user roles in the system? This video will help you consider what individuals will be collaborating on your grants and what user role will need to be assigned to them. There are 6 different user roles in the system, and we will cover each and what permissions are associated with them in this webinar. These roles are subgrantee administrator, subgrantee project director, subgrantee fiscal agent, subgrantee staff, subgrantee viewer, and school level project director. These roles are in descending order by the scope of permissions allowed to that role. I do want to note that there is some flexibility in how user roles are assigned within a district. For instance, it is possible for an individual to be set up to have different roles for different grants or to just be assigned to one particular grant. Just something to keep in mind as we are reviewing each role. The first role we will cover is the one with the most user permissions, the subgrantee administrator. This top-level role is intended for superintendents or high-level district administrators who will have the power to make final approvals throughout the different steps of the grant process. The subgrantee administrator has permissions to do the following: creating new user accounts and managing that information, initiating grant applications and program reports, and finalizing reimbursement requests, entering information in attachments, and the ability to download attachments from grant applications, program reports, and reimbursement requests. After an application has been initiated and completed, the subgrantee administrator also submits the grant, as well as program reports and reimbursement requests. Each LEA will have an organization page, which houses all the Intelligrants users and district information. The subgrantee administrator role will manage the documents and user accounts within the organization page. Finally, the subgrantee administrator role has permission to sign any grant contracts. Okay. The next role we will cover is the subgrantee project director. This role is best intended for the key user who will be completing the grant application, such as a Title I district administrator. You will see that the permissions here mirror those of a subgrantee administrator. There aren't many, but the key differences between the two roles is that the subgrantee administrator role is the first user who will get the district and initial users set up. Also, the subgrantee administrator alone will make final approvals within certain parts of the grant process. Otherwise, the project director has a large permission suite and is intended to be the most active user in completing and managing a particular grant. Next, we have the subgrantee fiscal agent. This is a role intended for the district treasurer or administrator handling the financial side of grants. This role has permissions to do the following: view grant applications and program reports, but must be the one to initiate a reimbursement request. Similarly to the previous roles, the fiscal agent can enter information and attachments as well as download anything from grant applications, program reports, and reimbursement requests. And finally, the fiscal agent will also be able to sign grant contracts as needed. The subgrantee staff role, our next role, is intended for someone who you would like to be able to view, contribute to, or download attachments from grant applications, program reports, and reimbursement requests. In essence, this is someone who could go in and input information, but without the ability to initiate, submit, and some of the higher level permissions featured earlier. This is basically a grant contributor. The next role is the subgrantee viewer. This role is a fairly straightforward one. Their permission is to solely view grant applications, program reports, and reimbursement requests. This would be intended for an individual who you'd like to have the ability to view the different parts of the grants, but without the ability to make edits or submissions. The final user role is that of the school level project director. This role is intended for individuals at the school level who need to share information about their particular school rather than that of the whole district. The permissions include the ability to view or check the status of a school level information request, as well as the ability to enter or update information on those school level information requests. That school level information request refers to part of the consolidated application where information pertaining to a particular school, a school-wide Title I program, for instance, is needed. That concludes our overview of the different user roles in Intelligrants, and we hope you found this a useful introduction. I would encourage you to continue to explore the additional videos and resources on IDOE's Intelligrants landing page. And as always, you can reach out to IDOE's Title Grants and Support team via the email address seen here with any questions you may have. Thank you for watching.